Very important. You think you do once, you will curb you from doing more. This is exactly what the drug addicts will say.
Yeah. Like just one more, last time.
Last time. One more
Then
time.
can. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of ZULA Answers. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Bolin.
And today's topic is...
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Relationship problems, but with regards to sex.
Whoa. But before we begin, we need to set the context straight.
Okay.
I will be representing all of you out there who have almost zero experience.
And I will be representing those with more experience. How much more? I don't know, but
A lot more.
nah.
Oh, but before we forget,
Yes.
today's episode is very exciting because all the submissions we got are from our own Google Form.
Wow. So that means every single confession that we say, the person will confirm watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Confession number 1. This one is sent in by I'm confusing myself. Let's read more to find out why. Okay, the title is Help, I caught feelings after a one-night stand.
You see?
Hi Brenda and Bolin/Fauzi. Oh, I'm gonna start off by saying how much I enjoy this segment. It's so real and it makes me laugh to see all your reactions. Much love for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. So basically, I was on Bumble and I happened to see this acquaintance of mine and we started chatting like old friends do. Let's call him A. One night, I was supposed to watch a movie with a friend but they bailed, so I asked A to watch with me instead. We held hands and hugged during our time together. I didn't think much of it. Everything was normal until the day I went to his place and we had sex. Dun, dun,
Whoa.
dun.
That escalated
Yeah,
really
very
quickly.
quickly. Whoa.
Like from hug hands and hug, right? Not even kiss it. I think it's fine if you want to have casual sex, but for me, I wouldn't usually do it if I wasn't in love with you. I let the moment get to me and give in to the lust. I hadn't had sex since my last relationship in 2017. It messed me up mentally. I talked to him about it and told him that I'm starting to catch feelings, which is one of the main reasons I don't do casual sex. He told me it's okay and I shouldn't keep my feelings in. Wow. He's not looking for a relationship. Oh no. And neither am I. Oh no. I don't think I'm ready mentally because of my horrible last relationship. It made me think all men are trash. I know it's not true, but I can't help it. And that they are just using me. I talked to my friend about it and they said, A showed me love and care I've never received before. That's why my walls went down.
What's on my mind now is, why would we still be talking? Normally when this kind of thing happens, the other party would normally stop talking to you, right? And the fact that he said that he cares for me, I find myself constantly thinking about him, wanting his attention and fast replies. Oh dearie, girl. I'm so confused. Can just scold me also so I get some sense into my head. Girl.
Firstly, thank you for sending your love for this show and to us. Okay, so I feel that we should straight away target the elephant in the room, which is catching feelings for one night stand.
Yeah.
I feel this is actually a very common thing. For me, most of my relationship, it starts from this. It's
But
like,
that's something I did not know.
you knew lah.
I don't know.
So, this person mentioned about, there's a movie date, right? Okay, so now the first problem is, my friends cannot go. You want to go? Okay, I go with you. Oh no. Wow, this guy, not bad, quite on. This is the very first level. Second level is, because watch movie, maybe it's a scary movie, right? Then, don't worry. Maybe the guy also jibai lah. Like how I protect you. Then the girl like, melt a bit lah. Just nice also, they are both actually the type, quite similar type. You just need a little bit more push, then a lot of bad things will happen.
I feel like sexual compatibility in a relationship is very important. Like, although I have no experience, I feel like for me it will be very important. And for a lot of people.
Okay.
So, actually, like starting off with like a sexual encounter might not be a bad thing because maybe at that time you're like, actually sexually we quite compatible. Because let's be honest, sex is a very big part of a relationship.
Yeah, it is lah.
Like when you get married and all, you need to live with this person for the rest of your life. Now that they've had sex, right, and then they are still talking, do you think that this will transition into like an FWB relationship? I feel
Possibly.
like there's a possibility, right?
Possibly.
Which might not be the most beneficial to you, because now you're already thinking like what to do.
Yeah.
If you're transitioning into FWB, right, things will get a lot more complicated.
I feel there's no need to just cut the person out. If you find him attractive, or if you think that there are certain parts that you think that, wow, actually it's a good character of a boyfriend, then perhaps you can try it slow. Not straight away go into the relationship. Just keep talking first, right? Let the incompatibility convince you out of this. Say for example, you have feelings for me, right? Then because of one extent, you have feelings for me. If I say I have feelings for you too, right, jialat, the feelings will amplify straight away. So chances are the guy will say, no, I'm not ready, but I care for you. This is like a half answer lah, basically. You get what I mean?
Then why not just put it down on the table that like, yes, I have feelings for you, but let's not jump into things too quickly. Let's go slow. Instead of saying that I'm not ready for a relationship.
Personally, I feel if I'm really not ready, right, if I say that, right, or at least the way I say it, I feel that the girl will have more.
Oh, like we'll take things differently.
Yeah, if I say we should take it slow, then she'll be like, oh, there's hope. Having friends with benefits or sex first then relationship is not necessarily wrong. Although it goes against your mindset, right? So you have to be slightly more open-minded to that.
And I think to wrap up, you want us to scold you, but no, we don't go that way. You know?
Nothing to scold.
Yeah, nothing to
I think it's
scold.
very normal, no?
Yeah.
If we were to scold you, people scold me 1,000 times already.
Maybe speaking from my point of view, from someone who doesn't have much experience, remember to prioritize yourself as well.
Yes.
Because you mentioned that you have like a bad previous relationship that left you a bit scarred, right?
Yes.
So always make sure that you are thinking for yourself, thinking straight, and don't make decisions that you know maybe like repeated from the past relationship.
Yes.
Let's move on to the next confession.
All right. It's from this person called Fisaith. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Should I just hook up with a hooker? Wow. All right. I'm 25 years old this year, and I have absolutely zero relationship experience, right? I've never even kissed or held hands with a girl before. Almost everyone around me has some relationship experience. Even my juniors have more game than me. What really bothers me the most is that I'm still a virgin at this age. Okay, by the way, before I continue, being a virgin at 25, I feel it's very normal.
I know what you're thinking. And yes, I do put myself to meet new people. I do try my hands with dating apps. I'm also someone that works out on a constant basis, bracket when work or school doesn't take up my entire schedule. And I'm currently learning various things like an instrument and a third language. But even still, everything is still for naught. I'm legit contemplating going to a hooker just to pop my cherry at this point, but I know it'll be something I'll probably regret later. At this point, I don't know if I should just hold on anymore.
Firstly, I just want to give my perspective in this situation. My younger friends, they are about 21 to 25. They are now at an age where they feel, oh no, it's about time to have a girlfriend or to have sex really. Sex not because, let's be honest here, right? Everyone, we are all animals, right? No, we need three things. We need three things. Three fundamental things.
Food,
Yes.
water,
Yes.
sex.
Yes.
Oh, to reproduce.
Yes, to reproduce, right? Yeah, so my point is that at a certain age, your hormones will be quite raging one.
Yeah.
You'll be horny basically, right? And I feel that it's very normal. But I think that by the age of 25, you don't have to worry about not having any relationship experience, because I feel the more desperate or the more die-trying you are, right, in terms of finding someone, right, the more likely that you will find the wrong person, because you just want to do it for the sake of doing it. I feel going to a hooker, it's a bit too much. I feel personally, what do you think?
Okay, so personally, coming from the point of view of a girl who's almost in the same situation as you, I totally understand. I feel like the pressure of like popping your cherry usually comes from like external situations like your friends and the people you surround yourself with. One thing that you can ask yourself is like, do you want to do this for yourself, or do you want to do this to look better for others, like in front of others?
Right.
If your answer is the second one, then you really need to take the time to reflect a bit, because you don't live for others, you know.
Yep.
If you really think that, oh, you just want to try like losing opportunity to a hooker, then so be it. You experience it and then you bear the consequences yourself if you ultimately regret it. But for me, I won't do it lah. I will prefer to like do the act with someone like I'm in a relationship with.
Right.
You know?
This person, right, he reaches this point where he cannot take it anymore. He don't want to be the odd one out anymore. He wants to be relatable to his friends and peers or to society. The most crucial part is really the peer pressure from society itself.
Like we need to understand that for hookers, right, this is their job. Their job makes it mandatory for them to have multiple sexual partners because it's their job, right?
Yeah.
It's also inevitable. There might be a possibility that you end up being attached emotionally to the hooker. Ultimately, you don't know how many sexual partners they have. You don't know much about their background, whatever they do. But that first act of like popping your cherry with them might affect you emotionally.
Brother to brother, I tell you. You will 1000% regret. It's not I will probably regret. No. You will regret. And why I stress the word will is because, right, what you're looking for here is companionship, which you will not get from a hooker. Most of them, they really treat it as a job, which means, right, they will just, hey, can you just quickly get this done? Then I get my money. Then bye-bye, you know. You will be utterly disappointed if you think that by going to hooker is like a money form, like you just pay money, but it's exactly the same thing as not having a girlfriend. It's totally not the same thing.
In conclusion,
yes,
I think you need to know that like what Bolin said, screw the societal pressure.
For sure.
You are amazing the way you are, and ask yourself, are you doing this for yourself, or are you doing this to change the impression of yourself in front of others? And then from there, you know what to do, brother.
And lastly, if you think that by the age of 25 you have zero experience, right, and it's tough on you, right, there are people out there at the age of 45, they still have zero experience. Alright, next confession from a person called Fan.
Fan or fun?
Probably a fan of us.
No, I say one, he say one.
Kidding. Alright, so I used to have a friend with benefits prior to my current relationship of 5 years. Wow, that's a long 5 years. Although sex has been great with my partner, I'm not sure why I miss the sex with my FWB. He has been texting and asking for a meetup on and off, knowing that I'm attached throughout the years. Even till today, I still find him attractive, but strictly physical attractions only, as I'm not a fan of his character at all. He is so full of himself, knowing he is good looking and bragging about his dick size. I mean, it's a good size, but it's seriously annoying. I've been trying my best to fight off any kinds of temptations as I believe in a monogamous relationship, but this is getting super tough. Sometimes I have thoughts of doing it just once with him, and maybe it will stop me from wanting more. Help! Okay.
Help indeed
Very important. You think you do once, you will curb you from doing more? This is exactly what the drug addicts will say.
Yeah. Like just one more, last time.
Then cannot. When the hormones raging, when you think with your smaller head than your bigger head, right? You will not think about the person already has a relationship. You don't care. We just secretly do one more time now. We're friends with benefits for so long already, you know. Sometimes you will say very fucked up things like this, right? But what if role reversal? You are the guy with a 5-year relationship. Then your girlfriend has a previous FWB. You will be happy, man?
Girl, you are in a relationship.
Yeah.
Don't do this kind of thing. I feel like I don't know what kind of cheating is this. At this point, I think because you haven't do anything might count as emotional cheating. But don't do this kind of thing. Don't think like I feel like the fact that you want to have it, like do it once with him, is like it's a form of actually wavering from your wavering while you're in a relationship with your current partner.
She did mention that it's strictly physical attraction, but that is a form of cheating, right? Like if your guy go fuck some girls, oh no lah, I just fuck only.
Because physically attracted
cannot ma.
Yeah.
Just now I mentioned about having sexual compatibility is very important, right? I guess that in this relationship of 5 years, although this person mentioned that the sex has been great with the partner, I feel that obviously it's not as good as the FWB lah. And one thing that you can do to help improve your situation is definitely to be the
Like-
one leading the
Like so, because when you're leading, you can sort of communicate
correct
indirectly what you want
correct
during the sex, you know?
like how you want him to fuck you. I feel this is I would say sexual communication right? And right now the relationship is wavering because of sexual issues lah. I feel that you should directly communicate to your partner, but one thing to definitely not do is to still think about the person lah. I feel that that's quite fucked up.
And
Honest.
don't ever jump into doing it once again thinking that it won't happen again.
Girl, that's how a lot of relationship broke up.
Yeah. It's not fair to your partner.
Yeah.
Like also knowing that in this entire relationship he has been nothing but loyal to you, which is what I assume lah now.
Yeah. But okay, honestly, right, there are some people out there, they exploit a certain method to get both best of both worlds.
How?
I think we're not compatible. Let's take a break. Then that 1 month they have some fuck fest. Then after that, I think we can get back together. Motherfucker, some people are like that. Is it okay? Is it a dick move? Like
I think
it is a dick move. No, is it a TI move?
But it depends on what they communicate with each other when
Okay,
they say
lah.
they're on a break. Maybe when they're on a break, then they say like, okay, we can do whatever we want
Right.
when we're on a break. Like we both agree that you want to have sex with who, go. It's not something that I would do, but that doesn't make it necessarily wrong.
The problem lies with the communication between you and your current partner,
Yes.
and perhaps you can guide him on how to fuck you properly.
Yeah. Correct. So I think to conclude, right, the answer for this is very straightforward.
Yes.
Don't go back to your FWB. And
Never.
second one is communicate with your partner, like when you're having sex,
Yeah.
take the lead or like what
Correct.
Bolin says. So he knows what you want. Alright, next
Right.
confession submitted by Singapore Chun-Li. Very nice to know
Nice
that we
name.
have our own Chun-Li in
Chun-Li.
Singapore. The title is He Thought My No Wasn't Serious.
Oh.
What do you mean you don't know whether it's serious? No is a no. I've been dating this guy for several months now, but I feel that we are progressing too fast. I did let him know that I would like to take things slow, but it seems like he can't, even though he already promised me. His hands have felt me all over already, but he
Wow.
realized his mistake when I forcefully stopped him and I told him I am unhappy. FYI, when he was touching me all over, I said no, and no, and no.
I know he has high sex drive, and I do too, but I am putting in effort for what I want. Afterwards, he apologized and said he thought my no wasn't that serious, and that he thought I was okay with it. I told him I felt violated, and what he did made me feel like it was borderline rape, but rape feels a little too strong to describe it. Overall, he's a nice guy, but I'm having second thoughts on whether I should be dating him. Zula, help me out please. Will this be a signal to any future red flags?
Of course. I think the answer is quite immediate. Like, there are a few red flags here.
Yep.
Okay, I think firstly, we need to address that like a no is a no.
Correct.
There are two different situations when like maybe number one, you all are like doing the thing and then you're like, no, I don't want, but then actually like you want. You know that kind of like your body language is you want. The no is say for fun one. Maybe
Yeah.
you're role playing or what. No,
Yeah.
I don't want. But then in this case, right, you already said like no. Like you already very, you stand your ground and you said no, but he just kept touching you. So
Yep.
I feel like that shows one red flag there, which is that this guy doesn't know his boundaries and he doesn't respect you when you say no.
Correct. My point of view is that, of course, it's definitely not a good thing. It's totally no-go to do this. Sometimes human beings, when you are overwhelmed with hormones, right, you suddenly don't know how to think. You suddenly forget all this basic discipline stuff, your boundaries. You suddenly forget, right? You have to make sure that this guy that you are dating is not in it just for the sex or just for the physical stuff, right? But this Chun-Li girl did mention that he's a nice guy overall, right?
Like for me, nice guy is nice guy, but the fact that he cannot respect when I say no, I don't want this, and he still continues. For me, it's a really a very big red flag. Cause
Right.
I do think that this may seem like a small matter, but it might stem to even bigger matters if no one tells him that this is wrong. I feel like it's borderline sexual harassment.
It is,
And if no one tells him he's wrong, right, and he continues like doing this to other girls and just letting his sex drive overtake whatever rational thoughts he has, right? It's going to become a big problem. Like,
Correct.
he's going to do even worse things. There's a possibility. I think it really boils down to the fact that, okay, if now you are dating for several months and you think he's a nice guy and you are willing to, give this a shot in the long run, then communicate with him. See if there's a possibility of him wanting to find out why. Like, why is it that he cannot draw a clear boundary whenever he, his sex drive, overcomes him. Find a third party to help,
Correct.
Get a counselor if this relationship is something you want to work on.
By having a third party telling him, right, or maybe have his friend tell him, then he'll be like, oh yeah, okay, makes sense, sorry, I realized my mistakes. Then from there on, if he really changed, 180 degrees change, then you know that, oh, actually he has that potential to be good.
As much as, I feel like there's a lot of red flags here, and it's wrong to not respect when people say no. I do understand the side where we need to help people who need help also. Because sometimes people, when they need help or they are going through something, right, they don't know that they are going through that. Conclusion is that communicate with him, be there with him because he needs help, but at the same time, of course, if he crosses the line way too much, then that's when you know you need to find external third party help, whether it's a friend or someone neutral, like a counselor.
But I mean, if things get really bad, sometimes the police report have to, no choice lah.
I think don't rule out a police report.
Yeah.
If really things get out of hand. Alright, so we have reacted to all the confessions.
Yes, and
what are your thoughts on today's confessions?
Actually, all these confessions that are sent today, they are all very relatable.
Yeah.
They are very, very common, actually. There will always be society's pressure for those that has no experience or very little experience to break out and try something that everyone has been doing, right? To not be the outcast, to faster get married or faster get kids or faster have sex.
For me, for someone who's on the other end of the spectrum, my overall thoughts would be that know your self-worth. Know that no matter what, don't let people's comments define you.
In every relationship, you have many different problems, right? And just make sure that both partners communicate. Just make sure that you guys are objective and be neutral, and that you guys are both willing to accept change. And then all these problems usually they will go away one.
Yeah. Alright, so we've come to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, and if you have any more confessions that you want to submit in for us to, go and read and analyze, and give our opinions, you can fill in the description below, the link, there's a link there.
There's a link, go and click.
Then you can click, go and submit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.